So, in today's video, we're going to be breaking down every tool and technology that I'm using to manage my time, manage my projects, and also run my various businesses. This video is going to be like in two sections. The first one is going to be the third-party tools, because it's not all programming that we do here, because we have to manage how we go about these projects, how long it should take, what should we do, what should we not do. So we have tools that help us manage that. Then we have the programming languages and those things which we'll be discussing in the later half of this video. So stick around because it's going to be an interesting one. So let's just get started with the third-party software and tools that I'm using right now. We'll look at AI tools, which I switched from ChatGPT to DeepSeek because I believe for their free models it's way better, not a little bit, it's way better, and I get high quality results from this. So I use it for programming, I use it for thinking, brainstorming things about the business, even these YouTube videos. So things like even the title of this video most likely is AI generated. So that's one few ways of using AI in my workflow. Then we have management. I also switched from Notion to AppFlowy, which has significantly given me much more flexibility over the way Notion handled it, because their free plans had a sort of a cap, number of blocks you can use, number of files you can create, and all those kind of things, so which became limiting for me. And Google Docs is not good at all for like managing different files and all that, because you have multiple files which can become a stress. So AppFlowy helps me manage my projects. That's where I plan out my videos, where I plan out my projects and create timelines and all these things for myself to manage the business and everything there. So that's just what AppFlowy does and how it helps me manage things around here. Then for design, we have Figma, which I use for UIs, so building out like my website layouts, for my applications and everything. Then also for graphic designs, so posters, designs on like for Instagram, or thumbnails, we use Figma. And we use CapCut for these YouTube videos because it's a very simple way to get around creating these videos. So that's just that about all the third-party softwares that I'm using. I try to keep my tools very simple, so you won't see on my AI, you didn't see Claude, you didn't see Cursor. Yeah, all these tools are powerful and all, but anything that's going to really take away from simplicity, I'd really avoid it and I try not to do it. So that's just that about third-party tools. So let's get on to the reason why you're here. So let's get onto the dev stack. So for the dev stack, we'll look at the various tools I use day to day, and then the languages. So for the tools, I use Chrome. Everybody uses Chrome, so I'm not going to spend much time on that. You know why you use Chrome. It's fast, it has a lot of developer tools, and it's popularly used. Then for my editor of choice is VS Code. I've been using VS Code for the past 8 years in my programming, and I love it because of the fact that I have multiple, extensions. So there are different things that make it a whole popular and well-utilized ecosystem for development and production. That's one of the reasons why I use VS Code. So the languages I use at least every couple of weeks, months, or at least on a daily. HTML, CSS is from like landing pages. Then we use Python and JavaScript, then that from our mobile applications. These languages in itself are useful, yes, but what gives them full power are the frameworks. So there are a couple of frameworks we use for front end, for back end, and for mobile. So for the front end, we use NextJS. It's popular, it's well documented, it's well supported, and it's easy to use and also get started. Easy, quote unquote, if you already know JavaScript and are willing to get through the hassle of learning it. So I've been using it for the past 7-8 months and it's been good. So actually I do know JavaScript and I do know that, which made it simpler to move around and learn NextJS. So I also use on the backend Django and Django REST framework, which help with building out backend services and APIs. Then Node.js also to communicate with the NextJS app and the likes. Then we also have Flutter for the mobile development in Android and iOS. For now, we don't have iOS applications based on Apple, but for Android, we have it on the Play Store. You can check out. Then all these things are good and all, but they're all still in development on my computer. And the one thing we need to do is push out all these products into the real world, right? So our application is useful, but it's much more useful to people. So we have to push it in and expose it to the public. So for the databases, I'll just rapid fire here. We use Postgres. Then we use Firebase for notifications on our mobile application. Then we also use GitHub Actions, and we have a VPS that runs our services for our Django and stuff. I've explained that in my last video where I talked about the architecture that I'm using to build out my product. So you can check it out in somewhere on this card. You'll be able to watch that video. Primarily, these are everything that I use for my development. Let me know in the comments, are you a tech person? What do you use? Do you use some of these things? Or what don't you use? Let me know in the comments. I love to know, because I'm also trying to experiment and see better tools. So give me suggestions in the comments. So you can also do subscribe and check out other content on my channel. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.